Being here. The name of my story is Mom's Galaxy. On a blistering Alabama day in 1979, I was riding in the back seat of my mom's '69 green Ford Galaxy. Like Mom, her car was kid-friendly, with floorboards that were ankle-deep in empty Burger King containers, church programs, crumpled Cool Filter King packets, and occasionally our mange-covered mutt, Freckles. Now you know my password. Heading into 9th grade, I was managing scabby zits, a baritone to screechy soprano voice, and an enthusiastic little soldier in my underwear. That was constantly volunteering for a mission he did not yet understand. I was embarrassed by everything, but especially Mom's car, which was junky, constantly breaking down, and exposed our poverty to all the cool kids with nice cars. We stopped behind a huge military truck that was sitting beyond a stop sign, and Mom looked over her shoulder, letting me have both barrels regarding how she was working 2 jobs, sacrificing everything for my brother and me, and we were unappreciative brats. As she screamed, I could see the truck slowly backing. "Mom," I said, but she was on a roll. "Mom," I said a bit louder. She was only transmitting, not receiving. "Mom, look!" I pointed. The heavy bumper of the truck began to fold the hood of the Galaxy like an accordion. The metal popped up and the truck kept coming, folding the Detroit steel like a Japanese paper fan. Mom turned forward, screamed, threw the car in reverse, and jumped out. As Mom's driverless Galaxy rolled backward down Bradshaw Drive, with me in the back seat, I became oddly calm. Climbed over the seat, hit the brakes, and steered back to the scene. A crowd gathered around the 2 confused soldiers, me talking to the police, and Mom now lying in the back seat of her Galaxy, sobbing and hyperventilating, pitifully sucking on jagged pieces of ice that passersby had given her. Anyone would be upset over an incident like this, but Mom was devastated. She was often upset and bedridden for weeks with no reason. If something did go wrong like this, or she felt slighted in some way, she could spiral into days of sleepless rants we called fits, where she might viciously attack anyone, including us, verbally or physically. In late 70s small-town Alabama, people didn't talk about mental illness. There was no Oprah. People went crazy or had nervous breakdowns, or they were just weak sinners who needed to try harder, go down front at church, confess, and live a perfect sinless life. We didn't use words like bipolar, schizophrenia, or schizoaffective disorder. Dinner talk didn't include paranoia, involuntary commitment, or Thorazine. It would be many heart-wrenching, difficult years before those words would feel familiar in our mouths and ears. We were eventually relieved to find out that our family's secret, Mom's frustrating moods and terrifying fits, had a name: bipolar and schizophrenia. They were beyond her control and had nothing to do with her character, her sweet disposition, or the devil. Despite our help, she eventually declined in every way, disappeared for weeks, held lesser jobs, suffered innumerable losses and humiliations, and was eventually homeless. Psychotic incidents, police, FBI, institutional commitments, then 15 years of doctors experimenting with different drugs turned my beautiful, funny, vivacious, creative, talented, determined, loving mother into a beaten, withdrawn, quiet, passionless, uninterested, unengaged whisper of who she had been. In 2006, the multiple pack-a-day cigarette habit caused her heart to stop beating. When we found her, I sat on a small wicker stool beside her bed in stunned silence. All those years, all the craziness, the drama, the hoping, the praying, the tears, it was just over. She wasn't going to get better, no matter what I did or said or accomplished. She wasn't going to wear a red sports jacket and sell real estate and have friends and wine parties where she laughed about the tough times. I keep that wicker stool in my closet and sit on it at the beginning of every day when I put on my shoes. It grounds me, reminding me to stay humble, grateful, and loving, because anything can happen to anyone at any time. Mom drove that smashed Galaxy for a few more years. The folded metal on the hood formed an indention that would fill with water when it rained. We'd drive around, Mom and me, water sloshing in and out. We laughed once when we saw birds flitting about and bathing in it, like a Disney cartoon. The experience of loving and being loved by my mom as she struggled with mental illness, with the soaring highs and soul-crushing lows, was so bittersweet. It affected every moment of my life and forged every part of who I am, the good and the not so good. Now that her struggle is over, I think about what she endured, how hard she tried, how much she overcame, and how much she loved. And I know all that happened is somehow perfect, though it seemed utterly flawed. It is, I believe, perfectly flawed. Like me, like you, like life, and like Mom's Galaxy.